Y'all crazy. I'm just telling you, this game comes down to this right here.
I'm not. Well, yeah, we're taking the record.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So other than
See you in the
that,
courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison, Floyd.
You make a load of money doing it. And the business model that he put out there, it doesn't necessarily work for everyone. Okay. But it's a business model. These fighters aspire to be great, but they also aspire to make a lot of money.
Reports are swirling after Leonard Ellerbe dropped a bombshell that has the boxing world buzzing. According to him, Floyd Mayweather might be staring at serious legal trouble connected to a massive $42 million scheme. Ellerbe didn't try to paint everything as perfect either. He acknowledged that not every move in the business arena turns to gold, and that even the best-laid plans can spin out of control. He went even further, suggesting that Mayweather's top priority is chasing revenue wherever an opportunity appears. And sometimes, that pursuit can mean gambling big and not always stopping to weigh what might happen next.
The business model that he put out there, it doesn't necessarily work for everyone. Okay. But it's a business model. These fighters aspire to be great, but they also aspire to make a lot of money.
Closing in on 50, Floyd Mayweather Jr. keeps his online presence loud and lavish, regularly putting his fortune on display for millions to see. But not everyone is impressed. Detractors argue that the endless parade of private jets, stacks of cash, and headline-grabbing splurges is more than just showmanship. They believe it could be a warning sign he owed them. The constant need to broadcast every extravagant move isn't harmless entertainment. They claim it may be accelerating a dangerous slide, with some voices going as far as predicting that if the pattern continues, the empire could eventually crumble and the money might one day disappear.
They kind of, think it's a red flag when you're 50 years old to feel like almost 50 and still gotta flex on social media. But, people on social media do what they do best, especially black people try to tear each other down. So people start researching, Angelique started researching, and they found out that Floyd was capping. Now, Floyd is part of like some type of ownership group that got a part of it. Then you got 50, they just passing these kids through. So it's a lot of stuff to worry about, but people online seeing what Floyd did or didn't buy, I just find it weird on his end that you still feel like you got to announce every move on social media. And that's his biggest reason why he going broke and why he gonna be broke. He want to keep up with the Joneses. At some point, even, Bill Gates ain't really never lived that lifestyle with Steve. At some point, they scale it back. They had their fun. They probably bought the dream car, dream house, dream bitch. They had the fun. But they realized, okay, let me scale it back. At some point, you can't live your 40s and 50s like you 20 and 19. You can't live like that. It's okay, I don't really need a house in...
A new wave of controversy is building around Floyd Mayweather Jr. after reports suggested that a massive $42 million plunge into real estate may not have gone the way it was presented. Citing information highlighted by Business Insider, the situation appears far more complicated than the victory lap many expected. The outlet indicates that the names on the deeds never actually shifted, meaning the properties may not belong to him in the way people were led to believe. That gap between the promise and the paperwork has raised eyebrows. Instead of delivering the blockbuster returns that were talked about, the deal is now being viewed by some as a costly stumble. One that pulls back the curtain on the risks hiding behind the glitter of a high-roller image.
Floyd Mayweather, in this article, it states that he's spending $402 million in real estate investment in a 1,000-unit affordable housing portfolio in Upper Manhattan. The portfolio includes over 60 buildings and is one of the city's largest real estate deals of the year.
Wow. Well, thank you, Floyd Mayweather, for investing into New York real estate.
Having spent years in the inner circle of Floyd Mayweather Jr., Leonard Ellerbe has had a front-row seat to the way the superstar conducts business. As a key figure behind the scenes at Mayweather's promotional operation, he's watched the money decisions unfold from up close rather than from the outside looking in. One moment in particular stirred heavy debate. Allegations surfaced claiming that Gervonta Davis didn't receive the full payment he expected, a situation that immediately sparked uncomfortable conversations. For critics, that claim wasn't just gossip, it became a flashpoint, fueling deeper concerns and prompting people to question the financial principles guiding the empire.
Vegas, and they had a whole backstory to that. And I'm pretty sure Leonard was around seeing all that. And what you said doesn't sound far-fetched. And I'm not agreeing with you just to agree with you, but like the champ may be hurt just because like you a human being, you can whoop ass, but you're still a human being, right? Mm-hmm. You may be hurt that you missed a moment. I've also seen guys where, you know, they moment pass and you try to hold on to things and that becomes an element of it. But then also it's just not a Leonard Ellerbe thing. There's a lot of people who may be in position around a Floyd Mayweather, but whatever deal they agreed to at the time didn't allow them to get all the money that they probably could have earned, right? And so he probably sees the infrastructure that Tank doesn't have in the relationship, and he's not saying, hey man, it ain't fuck you, champ.
After years of observing how Floyd Mayweather Jr. handled matters behind the curtain, Leonard Ellerbe ultimately chose to walk away from his position at Mayweather Promotions. His departure sent a strong signal. To many watching, it hinted that frustration had been building inside the camp, particularly regarding the way business decisions were made and how people within the operation felt they were valued. Whispers grew louder that recognition and compensation didn't always match the effort being poured in. And when someone so close to the center decides it's time to leave, it naturally raises bigger questions about what might be happening behind the scenes.
Welcome to In This Corner. Breaking news, Leonard Ellerbe has stepped down as CEO from Mayweather Promotions. Mayweather acknowledges Leonard Ellerbe, but also says that they will now be joining forces with Richard Schaefer. Why do you think Leonard Ellerbe stepped down? Is it really the end for Mayweather Promotions? As many people say, lots of their fighters have now walked away from the promotional company. Chime in, tell me what you think.
The exit of Leonard Ellerbe wasn't the only moment that made observers uneasy. Gervonta Davis parting ways created an even louder stir, pushing more people to question how Floyd Mayweather Jr. was steering the ship. Mayweather downplayed the situation, insisting he helped turn Tank into a millionaire and that the fighter simply chose a different direction. Still, that shrug-it-off response didn't calm the noise. If anything, critics say it poured gasoline on the speculation, making fans wonder what tensions might be simmering out of public view.
Gervonta Davis, but I seen recently that he's actually looking to leave. So how does that relationship work? How does that work as far as, you know, grooming somebody, getting them to a point, and then having some differences?
I've always been a gentleman. I've always been respectful, and there's nothing like taking a kid that come from the same background as you and helping them and put them in a position to become a multi-millionaire. You know, you meet a kid, he come up to you for an autograph. You sign an autograph for him, then I tell him, in a few years when you get older, I'm gonna work with you and I'm gonna make you world champion someday. Years later, I started working with him, helped him, pushed him to be great. And if he feels like, you know, his wings, he's grew wings where he can fly, become his own boss, more power to him.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has built a reputation around excess, never hesitating to spotlight the cars, the couture, and the eye-watering price tags that follow him everywhere. Scroll through his feeds and the message is unmistakable: success, amplified. Yet the spectacle has started to divide opinion. Some admire the bravado, while others wonder whether living at full throttle all the time can last forever. As more debate surfaces about complicated deals happening away from the cameras, skeptics are asking a tougher question. Can the show keep running at this level, or is the shine beginning to reveal pressure underneath?
Options. I got about 100 cars, but right here, we like to call this the Sweet 16. Lambo, Ferrari, Lambo, Maybach, a Maybach, whatever you want to call it. Of course, the McLaren, the original McLaren. Bentley, Rolls, the Maybach truck or Maybach truck, whatever you want to call it.
Tension flared publicly when Logan Paul fired off a warning toward Floyd Mayweather Jr., insisting that millions he believes are still unpaid could end up being fought over in court. Paul spoke bluntly, arguing that refusing to settle the matter might bring serious legal consequences down the road. The very public clash has only intensified the chatter around Mayweather's money management, with critics pointing to it as another example of disputes piling up and obligations being questioned behind the glamour.
Or is that something that you can't disclose
No,
right now?
he has not paid me in full. That is a fact.
No
Short
way.
a few mil, yeah.
Wow. Still a few mil.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Have you been in contact with him?
Nah, we're taking this for the court.
No, are you being serious? Is this like a
Do I look serious, lady?
You do. I'm just making sure. I apologize.
Really?
I'm just.
Nah, I'm for you. I'm not for you. Yeah, we're taking it to court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So other
Yeah,
than
see you in
that,
the courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison, Floyd.
Stacks of cash, exotic rides, the non-stop shine, the highlight reel plays perfectly online. But away from the cameras, critics say Floyd Mayweather Jr. may be dealing with mounting turbulence. From payment disputes to controversial transactions and whispers of potential courtroom battles, the legend of money is, for some, beginning to resemble a warning rather than a victory lap. If you're into bold, straight-up perspectives that dig beneath the sparkle, hit that subscribe button now. The next chapter might be the one everyone ends up talking about.